Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Friday, which means two things. First of all, 6 o'clock tonight, Friday Fever, Transport Fever, with me, BonBonB, as we build a railway and a freight network covering a largish area, and we're having a lot of fun doing that one. Also, being Friday, it's the request day. The day where somebody requests a map, we get it voted in by the BonBon buddies over on Patreon, and they've come up with this one. And I've got to say, it looks a little bit like North America. You've got Canada at the top, and Florida sticking out, and Mexico at the bottom. Can you see that? Even the Great Lakes. Anyway, it's Northland 2.0 by Mark Fire. It's a stylised map, it's very fantasy-based, and it's, I think it could be some good fun, this one. There's your start square, a bit of desert and a bit of mountains and a bit of grass, and the resources are wow, bang, there we are. Not necessarily realistic to North America, but bang, love it. And what do we need off of the workshop? Just a few trees, some bits and bobs, the Black Rock Mountain theme as well, and we will be using the realistic 1.2 LUT because nothing else has been suggested. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The roads, there's something about them. I don't know whether it was planned or whether Mark just got lucky. I suspect it's the second. They seem fine, yeah? They seem fine. You're going to come across something unusual in a minute, and it's like, it can't have been planned. First of all, splits 3 roads into 3 roads, okay. And down here we've got merging 3 roads into 3 roads, we'll let that go. But look at this. We've got a rock in the middle of the road, which isn't really a problem because there's no traffic coming down here. No traffic. So that rock is not causing any problems. We'll ignore that, we'll follow the traffic. Down here we have got a bush in the road, but it's located on the dotted lines and everything's driving around it. Okay, more luck than judgment, but wait for it, look, we've got a rock here in the middle lane and the traffic is not taking the middle lane. It's just uncanny. It is just, okay, yeah, we've got some weeds there, going over the weeds, and look, we've got some glitching rock through the middle there, middle lane, everything's avoiding it. Planned? I don't think so, but the traffic is avoiding it. What can I do? What as a reviewer, what can I do? I got some weeds coming through here. We've got some weeds coming through here. This is the start square, so we will be using this. We've got cactus trying to invade a little bit there. Not some nice little starter roads just to get you motivated. Little depot area there for your rail link coming in, and a little roundabout at the end there as well. So it's your start square, but there's no traffic coming down here at the moment, so the weeds isn't really a problem. But it is. But it's not. But it is. But it's not. But it is. Down here we've got some more rockery and weeds and more rocks on the section of road that is not being used. Up here we've got 3 roads merging into 3 roads again. Down here, just show you down here, we've got more weeds over here which the cars are kind of like clipping through a little bit. Oh, we'll look at another rock over here on the section of road that is not being used. Seeing a theme here, guys. A theme. Now, we've got some really serious glitching down the middle of these roads here. Easily fixed with Surface Painter, which isn't available in the map editor, but just thought I'd mention that one. And here we've got a little branch off here. Look, nice road, wiggly road. Okay, down here then we have, this is an abandoned bit of road by the looks of it. We've got grass glitching through again. And now you say, am I making this up though? Look, we've got all this going on here, lots of grass and trees as well going through. Is it really abandoned up here? Is it really? Well, actually I think it is. Because look up here, this is really, looks like an abandoned factory and everything's got massively overgrown. I don't know whether that is intended or not. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the creator. I think he got lucky previously. Seriously, those rocks or whatever in the road, I believe he got very lucky with the traffic completely avoiding every single one of them. But I do believe that that was intended. Oh, going the wrong way here. Hang on, we've been that way. Let's go this way. Yes, so the factory I think was planned. The previous parts was just sheer luck. Now here, this is very nice as well, except for I think they would have saved some money and gone around this. Would you absolutely build a bridge over there when you could just go around it? Maybe, possibly. And now we're coming towards the fog. Getting a bit foggy. We might have to switch the fog off. Yeah, like that. Right, let's have a look. Now we've got this nice little ziggy-zag road coming down the hill here, which is a little bit glitchy, and rocks once again invading. But look, is there any traffic? Oh, there is traffic just scraping past the rocks there. See, didn't get all the luck in the world, did you, Mark? Not quite. Down here we've got the bridges leading off into the fog. Perfect bridges, pretty well, slightly off, but we're in the fog. You can't really see anything. But speaking of seeing anything, up here we've got a little branch off here, and it loops round, and we've got a little viewing point. So you can look down on the slightly not quite perfect bridge. It's got grass glitching through as well here. Yeah, got a really nice view looking over, except for this really normally would be in the fog, which means that your viewing point is really quite crappy. So yeah, I think anywhere else on this map, not looking out into the fog, that would have been a really nice look. Anyway, the rail. Right, now we are looking at a fantasy map. I'm going to suspend some disbelief with the slopes on the rail because it is a fantasy map. Some disbelief, but I will sort of like still mention it because otherwise it could be a very short show. So quite steep, quite slopey, quite improbable, and down here a couple of dead ends that you can do stuff with. But there we are. Okay, let's go back the way we came and take a separate there's a branch off down here somewhere. There we are. We'll follow the branch off down here, say where this leads us. I'm saving the best till last, as always. Down here we leap across this little mountain thing here, which supports the rail line down to the loop back at the bottom. Okay, and now we'll go back up again, and we'll take the best route this time here. You can't take it straight from the fog because of the way that the junction is set up. But if we head over this way, up we're right in the fog again here. We've got a loop around here. Very cool, very nice. And then down here, and then we've got the junction right by another entrance to the fog there. Now this is where it gets fun. Seriously, this is where it gets fun. Following the gully with an elevated line before we start doing over the rocks there. It's very tidy, very tidily done. This. This. Okay. Right. I'm not entirely sure that any train is going to make it around that bend there like that. Trains aren't made of rubber. They're long straight bits of metal, and they won't bend round corners. It's fun. It's great fun. It's silly. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Let's do the asset review. It's Undecorated Track and Field by Ami Polizzi Funk. Now, if I'm honest with you, two things stand out for me here. First of all, it's very flat. And secondly, it's a little bit fuzzy. Just a little bit fuzzy. The texturing's not quite super sharp. But I freaking love it. I freaking love it. There's not enough track and field assets on the workshop. This is definitely one of the best, if not the best. I don't think I've seen a better one. If you know of a better one, let me know. But this stands out for me. I love track and field also. I think it's an amazing sport. It doesn't get the coverage it really deserves. I mean, the Olympics every 4 years and the Diamond League, but that's about it. And I would just love to see more of it. So anyway, undecorated track and field by Ami Polizzi Funk. Add your own decorations like a football pitch in the middle, and that will pop in your city. And so off to Themington Island for Regular Temperate by Pidelmo with Relight Neutral LUT. It's our theme and LUT for the week, and they are glorious. And we'll have a look at a couple of factoids, because factoids... there's one of my favourite ones, this one. In 1848, the population of San Francisco was 800. Yeah, I know. But when gold was discovered only 160 kilometres or 100 miles away, it dropped to just 7. Anybody in? Anybody in? We just built this bridge. Nobody's using it. Well, there we go. Once again, 1986 here, guys. It takes 63,000 trees to produce sufficient paper for one Sunday edition of the New York Times. 63,000 trees for a newspaper. Something to be said for going digital, isn't there? There's something to be said for it. But I'm a former news agent myself, a former news vendor, and I do miss those days. What have we got down here? We have water. We have water with shipping routes, and shipping routes that go in the water and go around the land, and then scarily close to the land. Can't fault it though. I'd love to be able to fault it. I cannot fault it. It's a fantasy map. I'm going to let these very scary routes go because I've got a loop back on the end there. Okie dokes. Water. Now water is a little bit not so great here. Most of the exterior of the map, there's no water flow at all. It's very static. Very, very static. Can't see a single arrow around here. Not a single one. Go around the headland here into... Now, we've got some water coming up. Well, is this the Hudson or something? I don't know. We've got some water coming up here. Forcing its way through. And a little bit of water coming through there as well. But there we are. Up to the Great Lakes. Assuming they're the Great Lakes. Yeah. It's roughly where the start square... Where's the start square? Yeah, start square, you've got... this little lake down here, no water movement in there at all, so you could have some trickiness with your sewage solutions there, and also the same with this one down here. This is your other nearest lake, and it's very static also. So just a couple of minor problems with those. Let's have a look at the terrain and stuff. The mountains, okay, once again, not realistic. Fantasy life, guys. But I think they're glorious. I really do think they're glorious. The desert, I love the way the desert. We've got the two textures in the desert. You've got just a dry aridness, and then in some of these bowls, you've got like sand collated in the bowls. I think it's really cleverly done, really believable, and quite fun too. Then we could fade into the temperate areas. So we've still got a few cacti here. And then going into the conifers, and yeah, this becomes green. A lovely different biome again. Could do a different style of build over here. It's great work. Can you imagine just doing sort of like oil fields in the desert and then coming down to farmland by the sea? I think there could be a really stunning build on this, especially with it being a tiered map as well. You've got different levels. You can have different levels of the city building up along different tiers. Anyway, let's have a look down here. We've got an abandoned conurbation, a walled city for that matter. We've got, yeah, we've got a bit of prehistory there as well. A few cottages and a defensive point. I'm not quite sure why we've got a modern defensive point there, but there we are. Nice little castle up here on the hill. Looks really good actually, and location wise overlooking the town, I think that works very well indeed. Very nicely done. And Mr. Fire, you are certainly on fire. Right, have we got anything else? Have we missed anything? We have. Do you know what we haven't had a look at? We haven't had a look at the beaches, and the beaches are quite nice too. We could spin down here for a little Little jaunts down the tropical beaches. So once again, you've got a third different type of biome going on here that you could work with. The mountain's a little bit pointy in the ocean there for my liking. Just a little bit too pointy there. Down here on the peninsula, we have got it's the Essential Lighthouse. Yeah, it looks a bit lonesome up there, but location's right. Nothing particularly wrong with it. Can't moan about it. We'll let it go. Quite happy. Right, anything else? Oh, hang on. Water sources. Not really sold on this one. Fantasy map or not sold on that. But, yeah, got to have water somehow, haven't you? Anyway, let's pull back, find a spot to settle down. How about here? And we'll mark it up. Aesthetically, do you know what? It's a great design. It's not the prettiest map in the world, but it's a great design, and for that, I'm giving it 4 stars. Detailing is really tricky to call on this one. Despite everything, I still think that those glitches with the roads, I think those were errors. That said, across the whole, the standards are fairly good, so I think we'll give it a standard 3 stars, which is a pass, but not a flying colours. Gameplay potential. Water flow could be a problem. There's a degree of... oh, I don't know. Probably could do with an extra highway connection. Possibly. It's a hard one to call, this one. I'd love to... I want to give it 4 stars. But I think the water flow brings it down to 3. So 3 stars for gameplay potential. Northland 2.0 by Markfire. It's a nice map. It looks good, and actually it's probably underrated by me there. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Don't forget to join me tonight for Friday Fever, Transport Fever. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map collection. And, of course, tomorrow we'll be doing our 2nd episode of Ostriv, my new Ukrainian city build game. And, you know, it's good fun. City build. Village build. It's great. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.